Hello, welcome to the handover video for the Elddis Crusader Mistral 2021. This is, as all Elddis these days, goes on the Alco chassis, which has the Alco ATC. The ATC standing for Alco Trailer Control. There's a sensor underneath the chassis, so if the caravan does start to snake or it becomes unstable, it applies the brakes to enable the caravan to steady itself. I will start at the back, but just showing you the nice dark privacy windows, nice and dark. So here we go at the back of the caravan. You've got grab handles either side as light clusters. There are the light clusters for indicators, running lights, brake lights, fog lights, reversing lights, etc. You've also got a high line brake light at the top, an area for your number plate to go, and the corner steadies to level up your caravan here on the bottom. Probably the first thing to notice when going around, now I have unlocked some of the lockers just for ease of use on the video, is that there's no pink fluid area for the toilet anymore. That goes directly from the water supply. Okay, just like I said, this is already open. Toilet cassette, standard Thetford cassette, to when it's full, and there's a light on in the toilet that will show you when it needs emptying. Pull that out, lift, pull, pulls out, and then you can take out the cassette. This is also a handle that comes up, should you need to do so, to carry it to the to put it on the wheels to the chemical toilet area, waste disposal area. Okay, now to empty, remove the lid, lift forward over the receptacle, and then press this orange button. That will release any air that's holding anything in, and everything should flood out quite nicely. Now to rinse out the cassette, pull the slide back and open that flap, and then you can rinse out in there. You will possibly, you can just about see in there, there's a little float, so when that's the mechanism by which we know that the cassette is full, and that would put a light on within the by the toilet flush part. So close that flap there, push that back in. Your blue toilet fluid goes in there. There are markings on there to show how much you need to put in, but check with whichever one you use, check how much blue fluid needs to go in and how much water, and then just put it straight into there. Slides back in, toilet's ready to use again. Now for winterizing, the good news is you don't have to worry about emptying it of the old pink fluid because it doesn't run on it. Okay, right, further along, two waste pipes, one for the shower and one for the two sinks, from the bathroom and from the kitchen. Okay, a little bit further along again, alloy wheels. The torque settings for the wheel nuts, they need to be set at 130 Newton meters, and we do suggest you check these every time you make a journey. This particular model has a PowerTouch Evolution auto engage motor mover on there, and we'll show you the operation of that a little bit later. Now here we've got the air vents, well the vents, I should not air vents, but the vents for the fridge and freezer next to the battery box. Okay, two sets of keys. Might as well demonstrate this while I'm here. You have two key fobs as well. Now just to, these are the alarm fobs. Press the button come on, it hasn't. I will investigate that a little bit later on. Right, the battery box. Let's see, 110 ampere battery, electric hookup. Also, you've got your isolator for the motor mover that I previously mentioned, and the key for that. I'll show you that in a little while, but it's positioned there so you cannot engage your motor mover with your electric hookup plugged in. That's a good thing. Okay. Right, now to get water inside the van. That's a whale water pump. This slides up. The water pump itself fits in, and that just closes down. Then put the pipe into your water supply. It goes over the top to stop any detritus coming through into your fresh water, and we would now be ready to put water inside. There is no water in here at the moment, so it's just for demonstration purposes. Here we've got the Elddis gas exhaust. So if you were running your heating on gas rather than electric, that's the exhaust system for it. Okay. Front locker. This is your gas locker. I've already unlocked the other side. So inside here, this is where you can put 2 gas bottles. You've already got in here the vital things you need: leg winder, electric cable. You have a direct feed as well, so if you're on a fully serviced pitch, you can have a direct feed, so you don't need the aqua roll. Also, this comes with the Alco wheel locks, as standard, being the Crusader range. Grab handles on the front as well, just to make manoeuvrability easier if you need to do it manually. Also here we have the gas barbecue outlet, so you can connect to a Cadillac or whatever gas barbecue you may have. Storage cupboard underneath the sofa, which you can get to from either side. You've also got here a 230 volt socket and TV aerial point, so you can run that through to your wall. Here we've got details of the van. It's got the CRIS number and also the allowable weight, 1550. Nose weight on there is 120. Just show tyre pressure needs to be 65, and as it says there, alloys 130 newton meters. That is the wheel nut torque. Okay. Got another, obviously the second side of the auto mover. I have another locker here that goes under the bed, storage locker. Like I said, I've already unlocked that, so you can see the storage under the bed, and it's also got the internal water tank, so you can have an external water supply and an internal tank for extra water. Okay, we shall go inside in a moment and show you how everything works. Okay, so going into the caravan itself, straight in front of you is the kitchen, lounge area, bedroom and bathroom, but we will go through these in detail in just a moment. Okay, as you get into the van, all the controls are here on the left hand side of the door as you come in. You've got all these controls here. Got main power, and then all the lights. You've got external lights, as in above the door. You've got a gas locker light, and you've also got an external light on the offside of the caravan, above the water container area, so you can change everything at night without any problems. And then you've got internal lights there, more internal lights. So you've got lots of different lights. I mean, it might not look too much in the daytime here, but this looks like Blackpool illuminations at night. Okay, I'll try to avoid any reflections of me now. I don't want to scare children. Okay, right, the important bits, heating, etc. Now this runs on the Elddis heating system. To turn the power on the Elddis system, press the power button. We'll come up with a quick information, guys. While that's all firing up, this here is part of the alarm reset system. If the normally that will flash red every now and then. If it starts flashing 3 times in a row red, it means that it needs resetting, and there's a little fob on your keys that you just push into there for 10 seconds. Okay, so back to the Elddis heating. We're powered on. We can see the temperature in it at the moment is 18.5. We're plugged into the mains. Menu, oddly enough, is the main menu. Right, the top set, that's for the heat, how hot you would like your van to be. To touch screen, so just very simply plus and minus to get the temperatures to whatever you want them to be. Okay, now in here there's also, in the settings menu, you can have a nighttime setting, so you can set the time to go on, off, etc. And to set, I will set it on just that for now. And if we go back to the main menu, we can now see there's A. That means there's an active setting on here. Go there, you can go to activated function, push that on, and then turn it off. Okay. Now you see that A is now missing. You can just as easily go like that for at night. It's entirely up to you how you do it. There's quite a lot of functions on this system. That's why we give you the book to go through at your leisure. Okay. Now, also on here we've got the water temperature. We haven't got any water in here at the moment. However, if we did have, press that, so you get half a triangle. Now, half a triangle basically will give you enough hot water for your washing up, have a wash in the morning, etc. If you're going to have a shower, or a couple of you are going to have a shower, just up it to boost the power on the hot water. But most of the time, that's sufficient even for showers, and I found that in my caravan, and I've got this system in mind. Okay. Now, for the next sign down is the electricity, how much electricity we can have. Obviously, we can switch it off. 1 kilowatt, that will run the heating and hot water. But it'd be very slow and not particularly great. In the UK, I would suggest 2 kilowatts is always sufficient. You do have an option to go to 3 kilowatts should you want to have a boost and make everything work a bit quickly. Problem with having 3 kilowatts, depending on how much power you have on the pole, whatever site you are on, you could have that on 3 kilowatts, turn the kettle on, and it will trip the switch. So 2 is normally adequate. You can, should you wish to do so, run on gas, and that will run the system on gas. But I always say, if you're on a site, you know, with electricity, why would you spend spend money on gas when you've already paid on your site fees? Okay, plenty of settings in here. Like I say, you've got the book supplied with it. Please go through it at your own leisure. Otherwise we'll be here for hours. Okay, right, now the water system itself, if you have when you need to put the water on, the water pump, this is the sign for the water pump. You see a little lights come on, as we haven't got any water attached. I'm going to let that run. But you've got 3 settings on the running of the water. The middle setting, the 0 setting, means you are getting water from an external source. Now, whether that's an aqua roll or the direct feed, that is entirely up to you. But you will only be using water from that feed. To fill up your internal tank, you need to press down on the two bars down to external. That will fill up your internal tank from an external source. So from the aqua roll or your direct feed, that will fill up your internal tank. And if you just want to then use the internal tank, put it on int, so internal. Okay, so again, middle setting is you're getting your water from an external feed, as in aqua roll or direct feed. Internal means you're taking your water, using your water from your internal tank, which is underneath the bed. But to fill that tank up, you need to go to external to fill it up. Okay. Right. This panel here, if you press it, will light up. 13.5 volts. That's how, or 13.4. No, that's how much we have available to us at the moment. However, as we are plugged into the mains, that's not a surprise at all. Also, the 0% and then a little water sign. Basically, that means there's no water in your internal tank. Okay. Right. Whilst we're talking about the water, underneath the right-hand side sofa, open up the door, and you will see a yellow valve there. Now, that yellow valve, in that position, in the horizontal position, would mean that water is going straight out onto the floor. To allow water to come in, down to, sorry, that's the horizontal. It was in vertical. So vertical is water is being drained out from the water system on board. To allow water in, that's the position you need, and it all would be good. When you're winterizing or when you're traveling, lift that so all the water drains out, and also open your taps, all your taps, just to make sure all the water drains out, particularly if you are winterizing. Also under here, that's the water heater. You've also got the a gas shut-off valve. And your fuse box and breaker switches. So if anything trips, this is where to look. Okay. Right, let's go through the van. Right, so obviously this is the lounge area. Can be converted into a double bed as well. To convert it into a double bed, underneath here, pull these slats out, they come all the way back, and then you can have a double bed across there. Cupboard space, there is plenty of cupboard space. We've got a stereo, how old am I? A radio, and it's iPod compatible. You've also got an auxiliary there on it, so just plug in and use the speakers. You've got the controls, or the booster for the aerial. The aerial, this runs the both radio and TV. Unscrew that, lift that up to extend, have a look where everyone else has got their aerial, and then you can just point it in the right direction and then tune your TV in to get the best signal. We've got lots of interior lights, individual ones on the side, well, 4 on each side, so you can have a little reading light. Speakers above for your stereo pleasure. Windows, standard window catches, all open as such, and then to tighten those up when they're open, just those there. They have blackout blinds and fly screens. All have these, and all look exactly the same. The only one that's slightly different is this front window here. It just has the blackout screen because it doesn't open, so there's no fly screen. Right, kitchen area. We have an extendable part to the worktop to give you a little bit extra workspace. Very useful. Light switches for there, and also there are, I'll show you again if I can, it's a bit difficult to do this from an angle. So you've got some mood lighting, and you also have a light just put on by the door. Okay. Right, two 30-volt sockets for a kettle, toaster, a coffee machine, whatever you want. 4 drawers, so you've got plenty of storage space, lots of storage space above as well. Somewhere for your plates and your mugs. You can see this particular model has a solar panel fitted, so that will trickle charge your battery at all times. When you're plugged into the mains, that also charges up your battery, but that just gives you that extra confidence. Empty cupboards here. Lots and lots of cupboard space. There you go. Okay, so now we've got the fridge. To switch power on, little button on the left hand side. You can see the blue electric plug is showing at the moment. That means we're running on electric. We can go on gas. Now bear in mind that's beeping and flashing because we've got no gas connected on this. Also runs on your car alternator. Now that basically means if you're going away on quite a journey and as long as your fridge is already cold, that will maintain the temperature. It will not take the temperature right down from start, but it will maintain the temperature. We've also got on here temperature control on the fridge. Okay, fridge itself, nice size fridge, little freezer box, plenty of ice in there for your gin and tonics. You can take that freezer box out if you want, if you just want to have just a fridge and no freezer requirement. Right, cooker, Thetford cooker. Glass lid goes up, needs to be fully up to use either of the 3 gas burners or the electric hob. You have a full-size grill and grill pan, and also a full-size oven. Well, a large oven, so I wouldn't say it's full-size, but a large oven. Normal controls. There's your igniter. Underneath there, you do have gas isolator for the fridge and the cooker. And also a plug. That plug there is for the electric hob. Okay, on the other side, we've got your microwave oven. I'm not going to teach you how to use a microwave oven, but it's an 800-watt microwave oven, and it does have the plug socket above it. Underneath the microwave, got the area for your TV point, TV aerial, two 30-volt sockets. You've got a couple of USB points there as well, and a 12-volt socket. Okay. Right. Heading to the bedroom area. Sorry for the glimpse of me. I don't want to frighten anyone. Oh, Wastemaster in there, so you get that with it. Also has a freestanding table, and in here you can see that's your Aldi heating header point, I suppose. Best way of putting it. That's 50% glycol and 50% water. You shouldn't ever have to worry about that. Every time you have a service, we will check the consistency and make sure everything's okay. Lots of drawers, including my particular favourite, pull out thing, so you can have a cup of tea in bed quite happily. 2 cupboards above the bed, nice size. Another wardrobe this size, slightly smaller, but still a little bit of hanging space. Some drawers underneath. Individual lights. You also have, turn the light on here. Light switch on there. Lights for internal. Down the bottom. And at the back there. Nice bit of mood lighting. Okay. The bed does pull out to 6'3", and underneath the bed there's your water tank. Now if you find that you've still got water in the water tank before you need to, and you go to travel, or you just want to empty it, here there's a valve to open or close. To open it and all the water will just drain to the floor. Okay. I have to say, very comfy beds. Right, toilet, bathroom. So here's the toilet. As I said, Thetford toilet. This is where your rinse goes from your for your loo. That's where the light will shine if the toilet cassette needs emptying. You've got a heated towel rail, and to use the flush, once you've done what you need to do, push that across. That should empty everything, then bring it back. Okay. Cupboards in here, window, more cupboard space, a big mirror, and a nice large shower. Very nice shower. In here you've also got a skylight. The bathroom door. There's a strap here that when in transit, the door must be held open. Don't want this banging about. Okay, skylights virtually everywhere. They're a bit wet at the moment. We've had some rain, although it's nice blue sky now, so I won't open them. But to open this one, push that button in, bring that down and slide it across. Simple as that. Here you've got an omnivent. Now an omnivent, you open this and then switch the power on, so you can have air going basically as an extractor, or you can have it so it draws air from the outside into the van. Okay. Got a very long skylight here. Now to use this, open the clips, go to the forward, push it up, you'll hear a small click, and then you can let it go and it's fine. You have to be quite delicate with them. It's very easy just to keep pushing them up and pushing and pushing and nothing happens, but you need to be delicate, wait for the click, and you will have 2 settings on there, but always make sure they're closed when traveling. So that pretty much is the Crusader Mistral. Obviously, if you have any questions, you will have manuals for everything. But if you've got any questions, do give us a call here at Wiltshire Caravans on 01373 752 100, and we'll be more than willing to help. Thank you.